Welcome back to Red Panda of Destiny, where we're about to start covering the Prodigy's No Tourists, my album of the year for 2018. But we have to start on a sad note, unfortunately. Um, because after the album came out, after they announced tours, big worldwide tour, I'm going to tour the US for the first time in a while. March 4th, 2019, Keith Flint, the lead singer, was found dead of an apparent suicide, believed to be because of depression. Suicide's just probably one of the saddest things, just because of all the things that must have led up to it. It's terrible. And as it stands, that was the end of the Prodigy. They haven't done anything yet. Who knows if they're going to move on to other projects or keep the band going. I have a feeling that they're going to kill the band. They've been a trio for a while, and I don't see them continuing without Keith. But I suppose we have to move on to the album itself, which was actually a great album. Definitely the Prodigy on form. I like their last five or six albums. Basically since the 90s they've been on it. Their first two or so albums were a little rough, but anything they've made this century has been amazing. Lots of big crashy beats and sharp piercing synths. Definitely some influence from the dubstep movement, which they predate, of course. So they probably influenced it and then were influenced by it a little bit. But they are definitely one of my favorites. Very much EDM for metal heads, though I don't like the term EDM. Just insinuating that all electronic music has to be dance music. It's not a good term for all of electronic music. We should just call it electronic music. I mean, that term exists. Why not use it? But, and I feel like this album has gained a lot more significance because of Keith. Just as their last album, though I'm sure it was never intended to be by at least the other two members of the band. Who knows what Keith's mindset was in? I mean, I can't imagine it was a good place if that's how this story ended. But yeah. The other two members, of course, are Liam Howlett, who does all the music, essentially, though they do use a lot of samples, so yeah, gotta give him a say he does use samples, and Maxine, who's the other vocalist. It's weird that they have two vocalists, but they don't have vocals on every song. Like, you might think they have vocals, but it might just be a sample or something else. So it's kind of interesting that. I'd like to say this was a #1 album in the UK. In the US, it was completely ignored because I guess Americans never got the Prodigy. I'm not sure why. It's not like they're overly British or anything, but somehow they never really made it in this country, which is why I was very excited that they were finally coming here. But of course, that never happened. But interestingly, this was originally supposed to be a set of EPs, but it started making it, and it just sort of got out of control into a full band album. It's very funny that. But yes, very exciting album. Just a shame that it's their last, probably.